Going on 6 years this summer.
Okay. Just kind of show that we're not playing a video or anything like that.
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories. I'd like to think that nobody's that crooked.
So there's always someone out there, you know.
Going to reset the counter from right at the bottom of the sweep. 4-inch cast. Quite a bit of root right there at the transition to 6-inch clay tile. You want to turn on that slop sink if you can. Yeah. This is actually 6-inch cast, Nick, not clay.
6-inch cast?
Yep.
Wow, you don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
I've seen it a few times.
Yes. Yeah, keep in mind this neighborhood's very old.
Yeah, it is.
Well, actually, it may be concrete. Yeah, I bet you it's concrete.
I've seen 6-inch cast.
Not
two or
very
three
often.
times total. You don't run into it very often at all.
You see like rust spots in the pipe?
Well, that's where it gets kind of difficult to tell.
Yeah.
Right here. Right now, I'm just looking at the joint, and I believe I was incorrect. I believe it's concrete, but it's one of those ones where it can always be something until you start scratching the sides.
Yeah.
And then re-inspecting it, it's hard to tell. Whoever cleaned it must have did a pretty good job.
Well, yeah, when I first moved in, it was an every summer thing. Those roots would come through, and I had to get someone here to snake it out because the water wouldn't drain.
Yep.
But it's been pretty good now. Going on 2 summers, 3 summers.
Well, because there's quite a bit of root growth in there.
Right now, yeah. Got it from that pine tree or that big maple in front, right?
33 feet, there's quite a bit. I'm going to go grab the 40-footer, Nick.
Okay.
That's just a pretty bad pipes or bad leaks, I'd say.
For
Or is it terrible?
yours or?
Oh no, have you seen some pretty bad pipes or leaks, basically, on different jobs or houses that take it?
Points, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually you don't see a bad pipe though. You kind of just looking at dirt usually.
Oh,
Rocks,
it's
because the pipe's gone.
It's off or rusted through.
The one, like I believe the water was going through the storm under it, and the whole pipe was on. Oh, I'm looking at ground and a void of about 3 feet.
Yeah, that was
Those are usually the bad ones. Yeah, you're not looking at pipe anymore. It's just a hole.
ground or
We've seen a few shifted, like you're talking about, where they kind of jump. But
yeah.
the bad ones are usually like, huh. Well, I think I see the start of the pipe 2 feet up there at the end of the void somewhere. But yeah, there's a big gap missing in the pipe.
Yeah, that's not fun.
But those are the bad ones because you can't even do anything about them without digging. There's just nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately.
At least shifted, depending on how far they shifted, a lot of times you can jump through them and still do something.
But in most cases, not so much.
Well, eventually,
Everyone's a little different, but
Yeah.
it's just at least a lot of times you can camera the rest of the line when you got to avoid. It's like, okay, well, it's got to be dug and fixed. When they're digging it, look at the rest of the line or fix it, and then I'll look at the rest of the line. Hopefully, there's nothing else wrong.
Yeah.
Because I can only go up to where there's no longer connection.
Yep.
So that's where the problem comes in. Going, I'm hoping there's nothing else wrong past that. 'Cause if I can't see,
Not always
I don't
true.
know. That's why we either usually recommend the guy that comes and repairs them. Oh, careful. Okay. Comes and repairs them has a camera too.
Yeah.
The guy usually, as people do, he checks the rest of it before he bothers fixing that one spot. Just to make sure there's nothing else wrong that's going to
Cause
make
problem.
it not be worth fixing.
Yeah. Okay. New drill, get used to it.
Okay. Almost go over. Go ahead, wires, put them to a button like a second. Where do I get them running?
Yeah. Huh?
I'll put like one.
Grab the rag point and go back to the next one. Okay, separate.
Yeah, so look, the piece that ripped off from us going back and forth. Which there's two right in a row, I think.
Yeah.
On the water floor, I should go see them.
Got it.
I probably need to be able to, but. Just a second here.
Okay.
Hold on. We're coming out quick. I got a giant ball and ripped it right. No, actually, just stayed there, I think.
Yeah.
On the one leg. It stayed there. I thought it was key. Okay, go. Great.
Yep.
Go ahead. I think you got her.
What?
So, can you turn the water back on some?
Yeah.
Much more effective way of cleaning drains.
Yeah.
And then you can always use the short one in the drill.
Standing on the wrong side.
You like to, but not always.
When you get more than 40, 50 feet out, it's just not manageable.
You can spot hit every joint.
I'll hit reverse for just a second. One stupid hair that just won't cut. There's a lot right there still.
I'll just push it on the other side of the boot ball. And bring the ball back to where you see it, and then you gotta.
Just hit the roof bar right there. We see the hangers. Okay, right there. There's several in this section, so go ahead and start running.
want to cut another one up?
I didn't cut any. That was the other guy that caused like 10 grand worth of damage to his camera.
You're in the cast right now, so.
The camera is, yes. He flexes like 4 or 5 feet past that way. We got like 3 or 4 more joints to hit. Just watch out because we're probably going to torque some. There's a couple of joints left. I got some good reach. I got a ball. That's a come out.
You want to pull that crap, put in there.
You got one of those? I have buckets out in the truck.
Throw them in there.
It's not like the big machine in the truck. It doesn't have a half horse.
3/4 though. 3/4 and it's rated at 1.25, so it runs at like 1 horse. Well, them drills make like a horsepower. No. The length of time running is big ones can.
Quite a bit of rhythm in there.
Now, this is only just in that 1 or 2 joints there. I didn't have much on it until I came back. Most of them have been kind of cutting up and sending down to the city. This guy just happened to wrap and come with me mostly. I'm gonna just kind of shred them up and then flush out once they're cut off and chewed up. And
Most of them anyway.
this time it wrapped a lot up and brought them with me. All depends on how it grabs them, whether it rips them or cuts them into little pieces and they fall out. If it grabs them, well then brings them back.
Ready?
Yep.
That's the transition?
Yep. It's also making the water drain in front of the camera. Everything, I think, but we'll chase with the camera a little bit to look at. Yeah, that was a transition area I was working on right there because I was straining, keeping up. A couple left, but not too many. Most of them are going. Nothing like it looked to start with, that's right.
No.
That's all just the headstone it down. That was good, so he's got a tiny bit of touch up on the transition. When he would cut boots up. Tiny bit better right there. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get it better or not. We'll see.
Right there?
Flipping behind you. You can also run reverse for a little bit if you want. It might catch them better the way they're spun. You try reverse quick for a few seconds.
That was reversed.
Oh, okay.
Now it's forward.
Okay.
Is that the transition?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was fighting the transition. A couple tiny thin hangers from the top, but I ain't gonna be able to get it any better, I don't think, without wasting time.
Well, grab the rag, wipe off the chain flail, we'll pull the camera out, wipe off the lens, go back in and
That battery's starting to show low.
could you do me a favor, go upstairs and flush your toilet, hold the handle down until it's done flushing?
Sure. Just let it run for a little bit. Hold the handle
Yeah,
down.
just hold it until she's done flushing.
All right.
eyes on it. Not flashing there. Otherwise, you just hit it and run up. It usually leaves like a third to half the water still in the tank.
Oh,
They don't dump, just flushing quickly.
thank you.
Right at the bottom of it. Looks like grease. Probably from the camera striking it off. Slightest shift and offset right there. Where it kind of walks a little bit uphill. You see how it jumps there? Just the slightest. I'm guessing it's never caused problems.
So these hooks are old, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very, very minor. Most of them have at least
Plus,
that.
when
You
it
see
rains
there's-
too, it sucks
there's
on
another
the hill, so the water all comes
So there's
this
another
way.
tiny
There's
one
nowhere
right
to
there
go.
where you can see it's holding just a little bit of dirty water and then it kind of bumps.
Yeah. Low spot almost.
Yep, more or less where the pipes aren't perfectly aligned anymore, but still in very good alignment for compared to many of them. Maybe something sitting in here, or just a slight belly in this section, or slight back pitch or something. I mean,
So belly, just right at the
Slight
45,
belly
which
by
is
the-
22.
just kind of lost their pitch and went flat right by the.
And it is
city.
concrete.
That section, yes.
So the up past the cast is concrete.
Yeah. So that's. There's the actual city right there. That stuff is on concrete. Tiny bit of a separation. I think I saw a tiny crack, but nothing. You don't see on a regular
One
basis.
thing with the concrete, if there was
You're
a
gonna
crack,
see a tiny
it'd
crack.
be very pronounced.
I think there was a tiny one, but I couldn't really tell for certain. Maybe it's just. It was right up there. You see it?
Yeah, not sure
This
if
is
it's a
it.
crack or
It might just be something stuck to it. It might be a tiny crack starting up there. I don't know. It's probably
cobweb.
could be something like that. It's very difficult to tell if it's. If I can't tell what it is, it's definitely not gonna be a problem.
At least not today.
If it's a
It's the hardest
crack
thing
that's
about
gonna be a
this.
problem,
You
it'll
see
start opening up
two-dimension
very
to
quickly.
three-dimension pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was going to be a problem, you would see, big gap and dirt falling in.
Falling in, yeah, or even more roots or something. Or,
Yeah, or something bad like that. Under the road, it's not as common, but it still can grow in way out there. You still run into it enough.
Size of the tree we saw in your front yard, I'm surprised they weren't a hell of a lot worse.
yeah,
Surprised the
and
people
that's
on
where the
the-
roots are coming from, I would think, is that big maple tree. Silver maple.
Most of the time, yeah, but we have seen several occasions where the bushes at the front of the house can get in there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Some of them, I know my last
Most
house,
of the roots we cut out were actual pine roots.
It's probably that pine pine tree too, or the ones, the bushes in front of the house.
Pine or evergreen by
Yeah.
the way they cut, ripped,
Very
and the
soft.
look of them.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the roots on a pine tree kind of look similar to how the pine tree above ground does. You can tell the difference between that and hardwoods and sewers.
Yeah. I think all the slime and gunk on it would be hard to tell, but
Once
not
you
so
start
much.
cutting
get
them
it
and
out,
rinsing them
it's-
off
yeah,
and get them
okay.
out.
Yeah.
And they tend to cut a lot easier.
When you saw when
Yeah.
we first went with the camera how they kind of looked like a pine tree under there, how they were so branched like that with so many little shoots off.
Yeah.
That's kind of a pine or evergreen type of root. It's softer, they rip off easier, but they grow in faster.
Okay. Unlike hardwood, obviously.
Hardwoods kind of
Yeah.
looks more fine and grow in slower and looks like a solid mass because they've been sitting there longer. It's hard to tell until you really start cutting them up that they're even roots.
Okay.
They look like a big grease ball usually when you first see them. They've just been there for years and covered in everything.
If you had clay tile pipe, your sewer would be in a hell of a lot worse shape.
Yeah. Especially being this old, about crack falling apart. Or,
Yeah,
Yeah.
concrete doesn't. It's a lot more
Push
rough because it's just like the Grand Canyon. It just erodes away over time.
Yeah.
But the clay tile doesn't. It stays smoother, but it's not nearly terracotta. I think is technically what it is. But when they crack and shit, when they shift,
Mhm.
or the roots grow in, they break.
They break, yeah.
Where go back in a second. Is that the root hanging? Or,
Yeah, one-
okay.
one
Just wanted to
little
make sure there
tiny-
wasn't a crack that we missed.
No, there's one little tiny root
Yeah,
hanging
and
there.
that's fine.
Couldn't get cut off from
Without
much
jetting
without
it, you're never
wasting
gonna
time.
get them all.
But this is
And then this is
most
the
of this
other
is
one.
cast iron. with
Right
concrete
here is
as well.
cast iron.
Right here.
We're
There,
talking-
there it's concrete.
Just outside the footing, basically. It's
Yeah,
like
is that 4-inch or does it go to 6?
This is 4.
It goes to 6. That's what I
Jumps
thought.
to 6.
Okay.
Yes.
Right here's cast iron. You can see
Cast
the
iron,
difference
The
of
rust and
how.
yeah.
And honestly, for what I see,
Cast
cast iron,
iron,
that's
that
a
looks nice.
great shape.
I thought it'd be a lot more rusty, or chunks missing, or
That's-
rusting through.
That's what we see on
About-
most.
Become
Kinda-
about 40% of our business machining that.
Kinda-
Yeah. I always
This-
tell everybody,
this section's a
you're
little-
best off replacing it, but
It's kind of right in there is more what we see, where it's got them divots and stuff, and where the water isn't running on yours.
Okay.
This is in the right in here.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it real close. We see a lot more of it looking like that. Yours is actually really smooth and nice looking still.
Okay. I thought it was
It's
pretty
surprising.
rough. Still
well,
looks pretty
compared
nice.
to what we see, it's in really good shape.
I'm surprised. I thought it'd be a lot worse. Yeah. A guy was here a couple years ago, snaking out and put a camera down there for free just to see. It wasn't like too bad, but it's like I recommend you probably getting replaced in a couple of years. In his opinion, he thought it was pretty bad, but
So we can go through that one. I'll open that one to look quick.
Might as well do it right away, like you said.
Yeah.
As far as cast and clay goes, or concrete,
that's good.
he probably just wanted to sail.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Section has been eating the ear. Things where you don't know until you look at them.
Yeah.
We've done.
But he probably didn't do it from back here, I'm sure.
No. No.
We've done one side of the building, and it looked like yours. Done the other side, and it looked like the pipes were two different buildings 100 years apart.
Yeah.
I don't know what affects it, if it's what they're running down the drain, or if it's the way the air gets to them from the vent stack differently, or what does it.
But just that little separation or difference makes.
Yeah, 10 feet apart, the piping look brand new versus looking like it's ready to be completely junk.
Well, here's how the cast always used to look naturally slime coated.
That's all.
That's in this vertical
Yeah.
right there.
This
But
looks a
even-
little bit more like we see where it's a little rougher, but this is still in relatively decent.
Yes, very much
Decent.
so.
Still not as chunky as many we've seen.
I am. Nice to meet you. They're clean at the moment.
You see all the kind of nice grease coat on the bottom there.
Yeah.
Going in the rougher spots, making it smooth.
Make it a bit smoother.
Hi, Kyle.
The biggest thing is it's not exposed to the oxygen
that
and
too,
it
but
rusting
kinda-
away.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here's the camera.
Mm-hmm. Look at that one over there. Now look at this one.
Colonoscopy.
Did you?
We do those on Sunday. Don't take Medicare though.
I hate that. I woke up while I was having it. It was horrible.
Ooh.
You see the sides and the bottom there?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of buildup, but still not.
You didn't have any
All
water
that
coming in
bad.
with all this rain, did you?
No, I resealed all the cracks with that flex shot stuff. No water came in, no flooding, no nothing. So.
That was 2 years ago you had it?
That's catching up
Yeah.
that front stack over there.
Yeah, but you see how they're not quite
Yeah.
blind or I'm going up and over and dropping.
There's no floor drain on your
Either
side. Doubt
shifted
it would
or
ever be an
connected
issue
funny.
on that side because the head
Yeah,
pressure's keeping
well,
it going. So
Yeah, all these
At the
pipes
front,
are
if I know if
still.
I'm not, only 5 feet to the concrete, so it's gonna shoot to the concrete, then I know there's the transition. And that's concrete.
no, for what we
Up
saw,
to the front wall.
tree root growth in 6 joints. At that point, it depends what you want to do. For us to put in 6 patches to get rid of the roots, honestly, is not cost effective. It would be something. If it's how many years has it been?
It's going on 6 this summer.
Like,
No, since you had it done last.
Oh, 2.
I saw your twirl thing. I
Probably
couldn't put the date. It's in your little.
Pretty sure it was 2 summers ago
worst
this summer.
spot.
Yeah.
You know, they kinda
Up
said
there where
pro-
the water's coming in
You probably said it have to be replaced in like 8
near the
years.
sump pump area.
If you maintain it, if you do a maintenance every 2 years, I think you could have many years to go.
Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
That's
no,
Probably the worst thing in there.
and that may
Walking
be
the
grease
left
or sludge
little bit.
buildup.
It's hard to tell.
The
I have
fact
a
that
feeling
you
it's
have not had any backups
mineral
since
but-
the roots have been taken care of, I wouldn't recommend touching this back section.
No,
Yeah.
in the future, if that gets bigger, that may need to be milled down or something.
Because it can open a can of worms.
Sure.
The other option would be, in my opinion, would be to, I deal with a company in Quanah called Scott Lemers. They would, if it ever became that, they'd come in, open up a little bit of floor here, open up the front yard a little bit, and they would put a one-piece pipe in while they take them and they weld them together and just push it on the inside of the 6-inch
Oh, it just extends
concrete.
out.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can do what's called lining it, where they go in with a big fiberglass tube that has a silicate resin on it that they expand with steam. And once that's partially here, some of them go on with a UV light to fully harden it. For
Okay.
the cost of that or the cost of digging up the floor, they're very close. That way you have a one-piece pipe, it's on the inside of the other pipe, you're never gonna have issues again.
Yeah.
how
but-
much is that something for?
That, it can range anywhere between, 3 to 10,000.
Oh my god.
That being said, I didn't see any reason why something has to be done
Right now.
as long as you remember maintenance, and it could be 3 years.
Yeah.
Whether it's us or somebody else, make sure to stay on it. The biggest thing is tree roots start real small like a hair, and as they grow in, they get bigger, and that's where most of the damage
So there aren't too
occurs.
many tree roots right now.
No. I mean, no, we did cut out the tree roots because we wanted to look at the joints.
Oh, on that